computer scientist Ivan Sutherland would come out with the world's first physical VR headset. But where the future would take VR technology was only in their imagination and dreams at the time. Thank you so much for swinging by. We are talking about the PS VR2. We're going to talk about if the pre-orders are going to sell out. Now, it might be a dumb question, but the more that we start to learn about what Sony is planning for the VR2, the more we have to question if we even have to worry about picking up a pre-order. But what we're looking at here is a scary ass image that Bloomberg put up that when I first saw it, I thought it was a sequel to Splinter Cell. You know, in fact, Bloomberg did a pretty in-depth article about this, and we'll talk about it. But in fact, this image actually confirmed something that we were wondering about, because Sony didn't even announce it yet on their official blog posts. Gonna keep you guys up to date with pre-orders. If you join our Discord, join a really awesome community of gamers over on Discord, you guys. And the link is in the description. And of course, if you want to follow me on Twitter, we're gonna keep you guys updated with the latest pre-order information for PSVR2. Not only that, but for incoming consoles that are gonna be a little bit hard to find, like the Pokemon OLED. Congratulations to the gentleman who got one from our Discord post. He hit me up on Twitter yesterday. This person is wearing the 3D Pulse headset. So this confirms that it's gonna have Bluetooth capability for your headphones. That's something we didn't know, and Sony hadn't clarified yet. So that's actually something cool to know. And now, looking at an article that was published on pushsquare.com, and this originated with Bloomberg's report that Sony is producing 2 million PSVR2 headsets by March of 2023. They started producing them this month. And in fact, if you guys have been part of the channel for a while, we're not surprised by that, because we were hearing a lot of leaks and a lot of details about the fact that they would start production in September. So we knew about the start of production. But what we did not know was the amounts of headsets that they were going to produce. Now, to put it into perspective, it took 8 months for Sony to sell 1 million PSVR1 headsets. So they are banking quite a bit on the fact that this is going to be a highly popular item and a hot seller. And Sony plans to have 2 million PSVR2 headsets ready for consumers to purchase on March 2023. Now, even though Sony hasn't officially announced it yet, it's looking more probable than not that March will be the month that orders will open up, meaning we're going to be seeing pre-orders earlier than that. Mass production reportedly kicked into gear last month and hasn't hit any snags or faced any supply chain constraints up until now. The platform holder plans to release the next-gen device early next year, providing us a rough estimate of how many units could be available at launch. In comparison, it took Sony's first PSVR headset over a year to sell 2 million units. It took them over a year to sell 2 million. It took them 8 months to sell 1 million. But it released during a time when virtual reality wasn't quite as commonplace as it is now. So let's jump into, will these pre-orders sell out? 100 says, hopefully I can beat the bots on the pre-orders. And that's a perfect segue for where we're going here. Bots are going to be an issue. 2020 opened up the floodgates. You know, bots have been around since the Wii days, since back in 06 when Nintendo Wii was selling for triple the amounts on eBay, right? But 2020 really did set a precedent in terms of how many people, I mean, here on the channel, guys, we were following the anarchy, and last year we reported on a 16-year-old who made over $1 million scalping PS5s. So it opened up the floodgates for a lot of copycats, a lot of people who jumped into using bots to purchase high-end demand technology. And I can tell you, it's going to be no different this time around, and it's might even be a little bit worse. Now, I'm not trying to give you FOMO, I'm not trying to give you fear of missing out, because I need to tell you right now that I don't believe these are going to be extremely hard to get. The first initial phase of orders will sell out, I do believe, but it's not going to be hard to get one for like 2 years. This is not going to be the PS5 all over again. Simply put, we're not combating a full-scale pandemic anymore. They have already said their production of these headsets are going smooth. They got no shortage of materials, components to make the VR2 headsets. And also you have to factor in the fact that those 17 million PS5 owners, not all of them are going to want to get a VR. It doesn't appeal to the masses. There's still a big chunk of people who aren't fans of VR for one reason or another. So in other words, we're not going to be fighting against so many other people to get our hands on one. We are going to still be fighting scalpers and bots, and we are still going to be seeing the eBay listings for ridiculous prices, but you don't have to spend that much money, because we're going to keep you guys updated here on the channel and on Twitter at 1VideoGameDude. We got your back, you guys. We're going to save you that cash. We're going to save you that money. We don't want you to have to spend scalpers prices for something that you can, if you don't get it on the first day, you're going to get it like within the next couple of weeks after it launches. The proof is in the fact that Sony is mass producing these to levels that Sony themselves haven't seen, or customers of Sony haven't seen before. 2 million units for March. That's a lot of units, you guys. Jucky says, you aren't important my life with craziness, Matt. Ah, Jucky, thank you, man. You're important too, my friend. Everyone here, very important, awesome people. Guys, I hope you have an amazing rest of your night, and we'll see you for the next one. And until we see you next time, guys, stay safe, stay awesome. You're cool. Guys, we're gonna see you later.